Vacation mode absolutely kills a store. So in the future, you don't want to put it on vacation. You want to raise all your prices to help slow it down.
If you're no longer seeing any promoted impressions out of nowhere, that typically means that they flagged your account.
You really need to do a markdown sale every 48 hours. You don't want to run down markdowns for a week or a month. You're going to get your most amount of sales right before the markdown ends.
I actually spoke with Noyan earlier this week. And so my first account, I mean, I go days without sales now.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't received any documentation or any notification. I'm a top seller.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm assuming that they're kind of looking at me, but I don't, I'm just going to kind of lay low and wait to see what happens.
Yeah, if you could give me some context. So how many listings are you at? When's the last time you actively listed? And then
Today,
tell me that. So you listed today. How many listings are you at?
7236, so 7,200,
Okay, so you've seen a decline in sales, and they haven't sent you any messages though, right?
nothing.
Have you had like a lot of INRs recently or returns that are open more than usual?
I have an open return from, yes, and it should be here any day, but no problems. I mean, I told her as soon as I receive it, I'll give her a refund. So, I mean, I don't, yeah, had any issues. I'm sorry?
No INRs, right? No requests and disputes.
No, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, if they haven't sent you anything, I wouldn't expect anything to be happening. I'd just say like, for whatever reason, your account is just not being favored right now. Have you been pruning recently?
Yeah, I actually just stopped doing it but I do it pretty much every day
Yeah, no,
just
I
because I'm kind of sifting through the stuff that's not rolling and keeping the good stuff up at the top.
There, yeah. So Caleb actually, yeah, that's a good thing. Check impressions. That's another way to tell. If you
Check
go to
what?
if you go to your manage my active listings and then to the top tabs, there's one called performance. I'd hover over it and then go to impressions, which I think is traffic. Do you know
I
where
see
that is?
it.
Yeah, you,
Yes.
you can take your time, take a look at that. If you're getting no organic impressions, that could mean that you're flagged. That's like another way to tell if they're screwing with you.
Now, I'm sorry, say that again.
Well, yeah, just go to your impressions. If you're no longer seeing any promoted impressions out of nowhere, that typically means that they flagged your account or something.
So it says performance off site or just performed listings?
I don't remember which one it is. Like it should be like a bar graph you're seeing. You see a bar graph?
Yes. I'm seeing the impressions and they're, like hovering over the 115, 120,000.
Okay, yeah. You see like a solid blue bar and then like a lighter blue bar. The lighter blue
Correct.
is you're promoted. Then you'll see like this like cyan with like stripes on it. That's not really that important. Do you see like your light blue bar, the promoted bar like at 0?
No.
Okay, so it looks normal, right? There's no big changes.
Uh-uh.
Okay, yeah. So okay.
What I can say is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. How buyers found your listing organically is down by 14.4% in the last 30 days. And my promoted listings are down 21% in the last 30 days.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part.
Yes, sir. So the organic is 14.4% down prior to the prior 30 days.
Wow.
And promoted listings is down 21.0% prior the last 30 days.
It's a decline. Yeah, I wouldn't say though it's like normally when you're flagged, like your promoted goes to 0. It's like there's just no promoted bar. So I would just say it sounds like a general decline. And in that case, unless anyone has any other opinions, but in that case, I would just treat it like, the account is struggling a bit. Pruning is obviously one way to help, but I would just focus on quality listings, listing
What
more.
sales?
Also,
What sales? What sale are you running by any chance? You running any
Yeah.
sales event?
Yeah, I actually have a promotion going on right now. I just started it about 3 days ago. So it's just a small promotion. I think it's, gosh, let's see here. I think it's 20. Let's see. So it says I'm only doing an extra 5 with this coupon. Should I do more?
Are you doing any sale like markdown sale event where it cut the price down, like you put it in red?
No.
Okay, so you're gonna I think your account is struggling from activity. So there's not much activity happening and like on the account. That's why
Correct.
you would have so many items listed. and nothing is selling. So if I were you, what I'll do is I'll try to run the tracker on, well, first I'll prune, maybe I'll go down to about 5,000 listing, just remove all the dead listing. I would run the tracker on the remainder 5,000 listing. I would put the markup on after the tracker. I would set the markup to about 180%. From that 180%, I would create about 3 different sell. One of them for item from $0 to $15, another one from 15.01 to $50, another one from 50.01 to 100, whatever other items you have. And then I would mark those down from 30%, 25%, and 20%.
Okay, I can do that.
You really need to do a markdown sale every 48 hours. You don't want to run down markdowns for a week or a month.
Yep.
You're going to get your most amount of sales right before the markdown ends.
Right.
So you want
that's
24 hours or 48 hours only for markdown sales.
Yeah, most of my sales come the last 4 hours. So my sale event at 7 p.m., which is 10 for the California time.
And also from the percent you're saying that have dropped, you got to remember we're coming off of December into January. That is a normal drop for everybody every year, unless they're aggressively, doing markdown sales and all kinds of things to keep their volume up. But you're not telling me anything that's not typical for January after a December month.
Sure.
Right.
No, I completely understand. I'm really not trying to complain because I guess it's more of a concern. I mean, quite frankly, the store is only 4.5 months old and I cleared like 32. So, I mean, I'm fine. It's just, I'm concerned because I'm like, what am I not seeing? Is it flagged? I mean, again, I'm a top seller and I received a letter saying, you're a top seller. You're doing so good. Keep the good, that good work up. But my sales aren't reflecting that. And I'm like, well, why in the hell would they give a top seller to somebody that's not selling?
Well, top seller only give you a boost of 10%, but it's just a boost, right? It's an extra 10% of what you're already doing.
Okay.
Other than that, if you're doing 0, top seller doesn't work at all. Like it doesn't give you anything because anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So,
that's right.
So I think it's just activity. If you boost up your activity, for example, as as Dan was saying, coming from December, January, but January I'm beating. Well, today's the 31st. It's about to be the 1st, but I beat December by like $8,000. But my activity for this, for this month has been all the way up. And so I think activity is probably what's going to get you there because we were just surviving December. But January is really the time where you take care of the customer. You do a lot of different stuff, and then you try different things, right? Try different sales, try different coupons. Message your buyer that already purchased from you, see if you can get them to buy more stuff, buy other items. Get the laundry list. I think these are the things that's gonna get eBay to just like you a little bit more and start pushing the sales. And then once those sales start coming in, then you're going to see your top rated start making sense because now you're going to get an extra 10% of that return on investment, from the work that you're putting in.
Can I ask of the price range of the items you sell? Typically, what would your average price range be? I mean, are they $50 items or $10 items?
Like average, probably 40 to 100.
Okay, so you're a little bit on the higher end there. So what you probably need is some momentum. So the 2 things I would do is I would change your markdowns to every 24 to 48 hours. You want a markdown sale all the time. That creates a lot of great momentum for you. And I think you should probably add, 20, 30, 40, 50 under $10 items to get momentum on the account. And even if you're making nothing or just a little bit of profit on those items, that really creates a lot of momentum.
So I was kind of thinking, so I actually put this store on vacation mode because not for any reason, but just because I was having such, just a huge Christmas. And I still was getting, I mean, I was keeping up with them. It was not a problem. It was just, they just kept on flooding my store. So since I came back, it's been rather slow.
All right. So I'm sorry. All of this you're talking about is on the same store that you put on vacation mode?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's probably your problem right there. Vacation mode absolutely kills a store. So in the future, you don't want to put it on vacation. You want to raise all your prices to help slow it down. So not vacation mode, but raise your prices, and that will slow down your sales if it's getting overwhelming or too much where you don't want it to build too much.
Yeah, and I think because my store was still rather new at that time, I was getting a lot of kind of chatter about, not from here, but just other things, Google, whatever, to make sure that it's on because I was getting such an influx of sales.
Yeah, and I understand where you're coming from. I understand why you do it, but I'm just telling you right
Certainly
now,
won't do it again
vacation
next
mode
year.
kills a store.
Yeah, for sure.
So
And
it takes 2 or 3 months to recover from vacation mode.
yeah, and that's kind of what I figured out. I keep on, like, my second store is actually really great, strides, great momentum, which started 2 months after this one did. But, again, I'm blessed. I'm not complaining. I'm trying to tweak it so that it's a little bit better. This is my first time I've ever put coupons on my store, and I just started Monday. So I'm still playing around with it. I feel like it's, if you have a good price, inflated too much, and mine's at 75. So, I mean, I'm still within the window. I mean, I'm making anywhere between, $10 and $60 on an item. So I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful, but I just wish it would go a little bit more. And I feel like I need to polish it so that
Everything you're doing is fine. I think this is really a result of vacation. Okay. And now you got to get the momentum back. So you're going to have to get some items that are not going to make you as much, lower price ones.
right.
I would not even bother with the coupons as much. It's really the markdown manager is what gives me the most momentum and sales. And I run that on all stores. That's just what we do. Every 48 hours, we are rerunning a markdown sale on every store, every dime, every other day, nonstop. That's just part of our method.
Dan, what's your markdown price? I mean, does it just
I'll do anywhere from 5 to 8%. All it does is it highlights it, like Caleb was saying, that when somebody is seeing that and they see a crossed out price and then a new price, that's what gets their attention. And that's what might set you apart from, people with the exact same items. So trust me, it's not even the markdown as much as just the fact that they show those higher when that markdown is starting to expire. What you're really trying to do is get a markdown manager or a markdown pricing and get it to the last, 8 hours, 6 hours is what you're going to make the sales from it.
Okay. Yeah, so it's funny. Mine says, and maybe I did it wrong, but I just put extra 5% off of with my code, and I just put the code number in there.
Again, I think the coupon code we have not found that really works much. We don't bother with those. We do the markdown.
So I'm going to have to research how to do the markdown because I've never done that. All right. Thank you guys very much for your information. I love it. I appreciate you very much. Thank you.